Okay.
Okay,
First, yeah,
great.
my first question.
Yes,
Oh,
okay. This is good. Okay. So in your lunar astrology, it says you have a lot of physical vitality because Mars and the Sun are conjunct. But as a projector, I see that I need a lot of rest due to the inactive sacral center. There seems to be a bit of a conflict. Okay, yeah, okay, this is a good question. So, so the energy for being a projector, I feel like that's the most interesting thing about your chart. And it does say that because you don't have the defined sacral, that you can't recharge your energy as easily as other people. So that's why projectors need a lot of rest,
yeah,
and they need to make sure that they're taking care of like who you're around, because depending on who you're around, your energy will be affected immensely.
yeah,
and
yeah,
and you can feel drained from being around too many people. So having the sun conjunct Mars is an astrological aspect that definitely does bring more vitality and life force energy into your body, but it's in combination with you being a projector. So it seems like it's a little bit of odds, but when you are a projector and you are doing the things that you love and people are inviting you to do things, because the strategy of the projector is to the invitation, to wait for the invitation. When you're invited, then that Mars and Sun come in with a lot of life force and a lot of energy. But that's only going to happen when you're in alignment. If you're not in alignment, that Sun Mars is almost like a dormant energy. It'll come alive when you get the right invitation, when you follow the right uh, alignment, and then you feel you have all the energy you need to do that thing that you love. So that's how I would interpret that.
okay. Second question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
inner authority is, yeah, self-projected, and your determination is feeling. How do these two interact with each other? That's a good question. So the self-projected authority has to do with you just following the direction of life that you feel. It's like it's almost like it has to do with the G center, which is the center of identity. And so
Yeah.
having a defined G center means that you feel more of a sense of a solid identity than other people that have an undefined G center. So your strategy is to follow like what you feel called to do, is to follow, but because you're a projector, you have to also wait for the invitation. So it's easier for you to navigate as a projector than, for example, other types of projectors that have different types of authority. Like a projector that has um, feeling authority, solar plexus authority, will have to wait to feel their way through the feelings before they make a decision, even if they're being invited. And for a splenic projector, which means they would have the spleen defined, it would be that they would need to go with their gut instinct, but still after the invitation. So self-projected just means you have an easier channel to understand like where it is you're going and where it is, like it's almost like you're just being directed and it just happens naturally. And so having the determination of feeling is connecting to your feelings as well. So the feelings play a role in the way that you are directed in life. So even though you have an undefined solar plexus, you have this sense of the determination has to do with intuitive abilities in a way. And so having the feeling sense is being able to connect with other people through the feelings and the emotions. And then that's just one of your intuitive gifts. But then the strategy or the inner authority is about you moving and listening to your like conviction, your sense of self, your knowing, like your inner knowing of who you are and what direction you're going to go. That's a very clear message that comes through. And the way you tap into people and connect with people is through that sense of feeling, which is understanding other people's emotions and then getting information about other people through the sense of feeling.
Yep. Oh,
Your own project imply very little.
yep, I
Again,
think it.
does projecting your own project imply very little authority? I don't know that I understand. Does projecting your own, what do you mean? The reason why you're a projector or how projectors function is that they're a project.
Yep, I mean, I was asking if the, oh,
Being a projector, it's interesting because being a projector is the reason why you're a projector or how projectors function is that their aura, your aura is penetrating and absorbing. And
oh,
so when you're around people, you're going to read into their energy without even trying
yeah.
through especially all of the undefined centers. So the root, the sacral, the spleen, the solar plexus, and the ego. Those are your undefined centers. Through those centers, you perceive information, but it also happens through the G center because what's happening when you're around people is you feel what's going on inside of them. You receive information just by being in contact with them, just by your aura being in contact with their aura. And then you kind of take on, you become that person in a way. That's why it's called a projector. Because when we go around in the world, we can project onto others themselves. We have this ability to take in the information from another person that is key for them to either heal or understand themselves better. We take it on and then we give it back to them. But if we are invited, it will be received. If we're not invited to share what we see, then it will not be received well. And so that's where the projection comes from, is take other people on. You know what's going on with someone else. You have information that they may not even recognize consciously. It may be unconscious to them what's going on, but we can see the information. For example, someone's having trouble in life, they're going through some trouble, and they're asking you questions, and you can see that the trouble happens because they have this insecurity about themselves, and that belief system is causing them to have trouble in their relationships. You don't know how you got that information, but you got it because you can, when you communicate with people, when you connect with people, you just receive information. It's like intuition. You just know. And
Yeah.
then if they're honestly asking for your opinion, that means they're inviting you to tell them what you think. And then you can literally, you take them on and then you project onto them, back to them, what they can't see about themselves.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Wow.
that's what, yes, it's a very powerful thing to be a projector. It's only 20% of the population. I'm a projector too, and I know quite a few projectors now, I think, because they kind of come into my field, but it is 20% of the population. And so the projectors came, they are the most recent human design type. And it was
Yeah.
1781 where the projectors came to the world. They started being born. And they came here to help organize by helping people organize themselves, like heal themselves. And that's why we have the gift of seeing. We are like the seers, and we gain so much information from anyone just being around them. The key is to find success, because as a projector, you're supposed to be successful in life. You're supposed to feel good, and that success will make you feel good.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
not doing the right thing, you're going to feel bitter. So when you feel bitter, something about what you're doing is not in alignment with your design. And that's why you have to just check in with yourself. Am I allowing for the invitation? Am I waiting for the invitation? Am I listening to my inner authority? Am I paying attention to what's happening around me? And if you're not, you're gonna tell, okay, this is where I'm making the mistake, and it's causing me to feel this bitterness in my life. But if I'm in alignment and if I'm following my strategy, my authority, understand my profile, there's a trajectory, or there's like a path, like a destiny that you are here to embody. If you're in alignment, you're going to find success. But projectors really are key players right now, because a lot of people, the generators and the manifesting generators that make up 70% of the population, a lot of them are very lost and they need guidance. And so the projectors are the guides. They are here to help the 70% of the population. So it's like being of service. You came here to be of service to humanity. And then the generators and manifesting generators and manifestors too, pretty much every other type, when they understand themselves, especially the generator aura, they find happiness through also doing the things that they love. But for them, it's more about action. For us, it's not necessarily about action, it's about guidance.
Yeah.
So if we help the generators and everyone else find their alignment and understand their path, then we help the world, make the world a better place, and more
Yeah.
harmony can come in, because the projectors, when they are in their design, they're going to feel satisfaction. Their signature is satisfaction. They feel satisfied with themselves, satisfied with life. And when they're not, they feel frustration. So our goal is to help all the other types when we are invited. And we're not for everybody. Like, you're not going to be everybody's projector. Some people will reject you because you're not, the energy frequencies doesn't align. So that's really important to pay attention to, because you might have some people in your life that you want to help, that you're like, I know what's wrong. I can help you with this. I understand, but they're like, no, 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 I don't care
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's not for you. Those are not your people that you're supposed to work
Yeah.
with. You will know when the right person is asking you, and because the best way for a projector to like really shine is one-on-one. So like you and one person in front of you, and that's it. And you have a conversation, and it's a deep conversation. And if they invite you, they will allow you to tell them what you see, and it'll be a natural thing. It's not like a formal thing. You feel it naturally. You'll be like, oh, this person really wants to know, and they're asking me. They're like, they want to know what I think. They feel like I can be a guide. They feel like what I have to say is important. Those are the people for you. But if people are rejecting, like my sister, she's a manifesting generator, and she studied human design before me. And when we learned that I was a projector, she finally understood, And we finally understood, and I understood that I'm not for her. Like, I am not the one to give her any wisdom or guidance. She's not going to listen to me because she doesn't like it. She rejects it. And so that's fine. You don't have to worry about those people because someone else, they'll find someone else. They'll find some other projector that is in alignment with them. So it is important. That's why we have to follow our strategy and our authority and understand, of course, our intuitive senses to be able to fully be in alignment. But that's where the word projecting comes from. I don't know if that answered your question, but
I was asking, I mean, self-project is, proportion is a few, small. Yeah.
say that again. That's okay.
Okay,
The
okay. Next
you said
question.
the self projected. What were you saying? No, you can ask it again. I just didn't understand.
It's a few small, a few.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
yes,
It's
I
even
mean,
less.
oh,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, okay.
Less than 20% of projector, like, it's yeah, are self projected authority.
Oh, yeah.
It is
Okay.
rare. Yeah.
Yeah, my next question.
Okay. My digestion is passive and nervous. I'm curious about my correct eating habits, environment, etc. Okay. So basically, the passive means, I mean, I can't tell you exactly what kind of food to eat, but it does have to do with the environment, where in a sense you have this part of you, the passive side, that wants or needs to kind of sit back when you're enjoying meals, when you're eating. It's like you're just kind of watching. It's not too active, but at the same time you have this side of you that's the nervous, which means that there has to be some kind of activity going on around you. The environment has to be like active, and when it's active, like a lot of things going on, then you can digest better.
Yeah. Oh,
So it's not exactly about what you're eating, but the environment in which you're eating. Oh,
meat.
look at this one. Yes,
I love
isn't that
meat.
crazy?
Meat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so your environment is caves. So
Um,
you, so what helps you is your own space. So you can have a lot of things going on around you, but at the same time, you need to be in your own space that is yours only, and you'll feel the most comfortable in that space. So inviting people into your like cave, which could be your home, which could be just places that you feel safe. And it's kind of a little bit of like a hermit. You know what a hermit is? Hermit is someone who kind of lives alone, you know, or mm, they they are they enjoy being alone.
uh,
They like being alone. That's a hermit.
uh,
So it's okay to feel like you need a lot of time for yourself, like you feel more comfortable at home. That environment is healthy for you
okay.
because that's where you recharge
Uh,
and you clear your energy.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering is environment, tone, and form, inner vision. What is inner vision? Yeah.
That has to do with another like psychic intuitive ability. Um, I have this one too. So this is about information comes to you through inner vision. So when you close, a lot of times you'll notice that to connect to something, to really see something, instead of like having to actually look at it with your eyes open, you close your eyes and like you get more information. It's an
Mm,
inner vision, right?
yeah,
So that's just one of your psychic abilities. And the
yeah,
most important one is you see more with your eyes closed.
yeah.
Yes, it's
Mm,
crazy. It's crazy to think about, but it's really cool. I have this too, and I often find myself like I'm like, hold on, close my eyes, let
oh,
me tune in, let me tune in, and then I'm like,
yeah.
ah, I got it, like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Next, perspe uh, yeah, survivor. Yeah, perspective. And color is survivor, and tone and form meditation. What is uh, uh,
So what these talk about is it's how you see the world
yeah, yeah, and
in a
tone
way.
and form, yeah, meditation.
Yes. And so with meditation, it's good for you to do meditation because that will help you to get a better perspective of things,
Yeah.
a better
Um,
perspective of life. Yeah.
mm,
Hmm.
and
If we
my
look at,
yeah,
yeah, no, go ahead.
yeah,
Did you want to talk about the motivation?
yeah,
Okay. So the motivation is need and transference is fear. So what motivates you in life is knowing that you need things. Like it's okay to need something. Like I need a partner. I need this. I need that. That's okay because that actually motivates you to
yeah.
go get it. When
Um,
you are afraid, transference fear. So, and the opposite is fear. When you're afraid, you're not in your motivation. Like fear is going to demotivate you. So, you just think about the things that are important to you that you need, and that will motivate you in life.
yeah.
That's what that means.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, it's important for you to know what do you need? You can ask yourself, what do I need?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And my last question.
Hmm.
I send it.
Okay. Since I was young, I've always wanted social recognition and influence, even when I hadn't achieved anything and still do now. The fact that my Sun, Venus, North Node, and Mars are in the 10th house seems to explain this. While I enjoy life, I feel a stronger desire to align with a higher purpose. I'm curious about the chart details related to this. So, um, what are you a Leo? I can't
Yeah, my
remember.
son is Leo.
Okay, so it's Leo Sun. Is it where is Venus, North Node, and Mars? Are they all Leo?
Yeah, Venus is Leo, and Mars and Cancer. North Node Cancer. Yeah,
Okay, so Cancer, Cancer, Leo, Leo. Okay, but they're all in the 10th house. So, the Sun in the 10th house, just from there, is it you were born to be recognized. And as a projector, you were also born to be recognized.
yeah,
But it's the recognition, we as a projector, we long to be recognized for who we are and what we can offer the world. So that's normal that you always felt that when you were little, right? You want people to see you, you want people to acknowledge you, you want people to know you know, how valuable you are because you feel that you're valuable to the
yeah,
world, right?
yeah,
So that's also a trait of a Leo sun. And also Venus. Venus is what we truly desire. So the energy of Leo wants to be seen and valued too. So it enhances that desire to be recognized. You will feel recognition when you wait for the invitation. When someone invites you, that's you being recognized. And then
Oh,
when the connection is right, and someone says, "Can you please help me with this?" or "What do you think about this? Can you give me some information?" or however it comes about, somebody asks you for guidance. They are recognizing you as someone who has guidance to give, and they are inviting you to share what you see. And all you have to do is just tell them what you see. Give them your insight, and you'll notice, like, when people are okay, because you can read people really easily. So when people are okay to be read, it's going to be an amazing conversation where you're going to feel recognized, and you do have a lot of influence because of that. So all of that is normal. And yes, 10th house also is about recognition. It's about showing up in the world. It's how people see you. So Sun, Venus in Leo, North Node Leo, it's also your destiny. And Mars, Mars in Cancer, or I mean North Node Cancer, you said. It's part of your destiny, which is to be nurturing, to show like the nurturing side of you. And
yeah,
then Mars in Cancer is about trusting your feelings, your like inner gut feelings when you're taking action
yeah.
in regards to something. So all of this matches your experience.
Okay.
Let me, while I enjoy life, I feel a strong desire to align with the higher purpose and curious. Yes, that's yeah. You're. This is a good place to see that. It's 10th house. It's the North Node. It's the Sun. It's Mars. It's Venus. But then it's also add to that you're a projector, and projectors also want recognition. So it's almost like it's innate in you to want to be seen and heard. It's normal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. These are good questions. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah. I want my successful human being only, but my inclination cross is right angle cross of the unexpected. Yeah.
Yes. So have you looked into the gene keys?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull it up real quick because I want to show you what this is gonna give you a lot of information. I'll just put mine for now because you already have your chart, right?
Yeah.
And then will you remind me the birth
Yep.
city?
I'm
Can you type it in the chat?
yeah.
Or I guess I could just look it up too.
I send it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
July.
Month.
July
Mhm.
25. 200. Yeah. 11.
AM
Yeah. AM.
exactly? Or
57. 57.
okay.
Oh, 53. 3.
Like that?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So I want to show you something really cool. Okay. So you see here, life's work 31,
Yeah.
31.1,
Yeah.
evolution 41.1, radiance 27.3,
Yeah.
and then purpose 28.3.
Yeah.
And then compare that to this 31, 41, 27, 28.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
They're the same thing, okay? So in human design, the incarnation cross has to do with karma, whether you're here to create your own karma or
Yeah.
whether you're here to heal karma from the past. You are here to create your own karma. You have a right angle cross.
Whoa.
And then the unexpected energy comes from these gates. Basically, these gates, this cross itself talks about how things just happen unexpectedly in your life, situations, events, and that's part of your nature. You're having a right angle cross means that you are someone who is on an adventure. Like, you make choices and then later on you'll have to deal with the karma of those choices, but you get to make your own choices and you don't have to, like, there's no ties to the past of past lives. You're here creating a whole new journey, and it's an unexpected journey, meaning you go in through life and unexpected things happen, and that's normal.
Oh.
And when you want to study this further, you look at your gene keys. The activation sequence is your incarnation cross in human design, but the gene keys goes into it in a kind of a further study. And so you want to, in the book, the Gene Keys book, you want to look at what is the 31, what does it mean, right? Arrogance to leadership to humility. This is your life's work. The way that you evolve is the 41, from fantasy to anticipation to emanation. When you evolve, you take your inner light, your radiance starts to shine out, and the radiance goes from selfishness to altruism to selflessness. And then your true purpose is revealed. It's found at the core, which is shadow of purposelessness, gift of totality, and city of immortality. That is your incarnation cross. They are the same, just different languages to try to explain what they mean. So what I recommend to study it more is to study these gene keys and read them and know what, because this will tell you a huge part of why you're here, which the incarnation cross in human design is like your destiny, your purpose is
Yeah.
to have a life where you're on an adventure, discovering new things and having unexpected things happen to you. And the gene keys will give you more. It'll be like, well, this energy is your life's work, what you're here to actually do. You are a natural leader, right? And then you evolve when you let go of like fantasy and step into the energy of anticipation and emanation. And then your true light comes through as altruism and selflessness, which means you are here to be of service. And then your true purpose is, instead of feeling like you don't have purpose, feeling like your purpose is in total alignment. But when you go and read the chapters of these 4 gene keys, you're going to get a lot more information about your incarnation cross, because they're the same thing.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Chai, can I throw the last question?
Mhm.
Yeah. My sacral center is off. So I sleep only alone. Maybe what girlfriend or husband. Yeah, but my sacral center is off.
Here?
Yeah. So sleep is alone. Oh,
Oh, yes. Okay. So, well, human design in general
yeah.
tells us that we should all sleep alone. Why? Because when we're
Wow.
around other people and when we're in other people's aura, um, the energy affects us.
Wow.
And if you're trying to sleep next to someone, it's going to not let you rest energetically. Like as projectors, we recharge when we sleep at night. I mean, everybody does, right? That's why if you, as a projector, you have to be careful who you sleep next to, basically. So here's the funny thing though, because it's a natural part of life and a natural part of society and like family and all that stuff, right? So I'll give you an example. Me, I'm a projector. My husband is a projector. And every once in a while, we sleep in separate rooms because, and it works better for us because we're both projectors. But what happens with a generator, the generator is going to like envelop the whole room with their energy and you won't be able to like not feel it. So you might have trouble sleeping next to someone who's a generator or manifesting generator. If they're a reflector, it might be easier because the reflector has no defined
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
centers, right? So it depends on who. So the projector and a projector, for me and my husband, it works out because we're not like bombarding each other's energies. Um, and then a manifester has a closed and repelling aura. So that might not work. But the reason why human design says that you should sleep alone, especially as a projector, is because the other aura is constantly in your energy field and it's like conditioning you.
Yeah.
And so it's about energy and like having space, you know. So it doesn't mean you can't, you know. It just means that you just be aware of that every once in a while. Like you might need to like sleep alone. You need rest. You need to sleep alone, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why human design says that.
Wow.
It's very interesting. And it took us a long time because you know it doesn't seem normal. Like what? They sleep alone even though I'm married, you know? But but it actually when you actually try it, you're like, "Oh my God." And I realize now I'm like I sleep a lot better alone.
Yeah. Oh.
I get more rest. I feel
So
more awake in the
how
morning
far
when I
should
sleep by
it be?
myself.
How
What's that?
far should it
Oh,
be?
our aura, I feel like our aura,
It's
I think
another
if you're
space?
in different rooms is okay. You know, you
Oh,
could be
yeah.
in the same house, different rooms. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. It's
Good.
just like right in front of each other because the aura is about like, you know, it can go up to 9 feet, I think. So, um, yeah, I think separate rooms is good. But of course, it's a practice that everybody needs to be okay with, you know. Some people are going to be like, I don't get it, you know. Like, no, I don't want to do that, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it takes like communication and understanding. And so my husband and I are like, I'm gonna go sleep in the other room, and then we understand, okay, you know,
Oh, wow.
you know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
understand, then you can. It's like you're like, okay, you need to take care of yourself. You feel overwhelmed,
Yeah, I
and
do.
you know,
I do.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So that's why.
so confused. Yeah, so confusing. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yeah. Try it. Try it one night. Try it.
okay.
See what
Thank you.
happens. See how you
Thank you,
feel.
Jai.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I
You're
appreciate.
welcome. Yes. Yeah, you're welcome. So, okay, I'll send this to you when it's done processing, and so you can have it and you can listen to it. Make sure you download it onto your computer so you save it.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Jai
All
Gobi.
right.
I
You're
appreciate.
welcome. Yep. You're welcome. See you next time.
Yep.